The English countryside is known for its rolling hills, ancient woodlands, and quiet villages where life moves at a slower pace. But for more than 4 decades, residents living on the edge of Exmoor National Park have reported seeing something that shouldn't exist. It moves silently through the mist. Its eyes catch the light like glowing embers. It leaves no clear trail and disappears almost as quickly as it's seen. Some call it an escaped exotic pet. Others believe it's simply a case of mistaken identity. But to those who claim they've seen it, there is no doubt. Something large, powerful, and unmistakably feline is stalking the moors. This is the mystery of the Beast of Exmoor. Exmoor National Park stretches across southwest England, covering hundreds of square miles of rugged hills, dense forests, open moorland, and isolated farmland. It's beautiful, but it's also the perfect place for something to remain hidden. Reports of unusually large black cats began appearing in the late 1970s. Farmers discovered sheep with injuries they believed couldn't have been caused by foxes or stray dogs. Walkers reported seeing sleek, black animals slipping into the undergrowth. Drivers claimed enormous cats crossed lonely country roads before vanishing into the darkness. By the early 1980s, the sightings had become so frequent that local newspapers began referring to the mysterious animal as the Beast of Exmoor. Some believed the explanation was simple. In 1976, Britain's Dangerous Wild Animals Act made it much harder to legally own exotic animals. Rumors spread that some owners had secretly released pet pumas, leopards, or jaguars rather than surrender them. Could one or several have survived in the English countryside? Over the years, hundreds of reports have emerged from across Exmoor and neighboring counties. Descriptions vary slightly, but many share remarkable similarities. Witnesses describe a cat much larger than any domestic breed. Its body is long and muscular, its tail thick and extended, its coat almost entirely black. Several motorists have reported watching the animal bound effortlessly across narrow country roads before disappearing into dense hedgerows. Experienced hunters have described seeing an animal moving with the unmistakable posture and fluid grace of a large cat. One farmer claimed to have watched the creature from less than 50 yards away as it crossed a field at dusk. He insisted it was far too large to be a fox, too graceful to be a dog, and unlike anything he had ever encountered in decades of working the land. There have also been reports of livestock found with deep puncture wounds and injuries that some owners believed were consistent with attacks by a large predator. Wildlife experts, however, caution that scavengers and multiple animals feeding after death can sometimes create wounds that appear unusual. Still, the reports continued, year after year, decade after decade. As public interest grew, local authorities launched investigations into the sightings. Perhaps the most famous occurred in 1983. The Royal Marines were reportedly asked to assist in searching parts of Exmoor after increasing concern from local farmers. Despite an organized effort, no large cat was captured. No living animal was found. Over the years, investigators have collected photographs, paw print casts, hair samples, and eyewitness testimony. Some evidence has later been linked to known animals. Other pieces remain inconclusive. Occasionally, confirmed escapes of exotic cats elsewhere in Britain have added fuel to the mystery. Several pumas, lynxes, and other non-native felines have been captured across the United Kingdom over the years. These verified cases demonstrate that exotic cats have existed outside captivity. Whether they explain the Beast of Exmoor remains uncertain. Skeptics argue that eyewitness testimony alone is unreliable. Distance, poor lighting, fear, and expectation can all influence perception. Large domestic cats may appear much bigger than they actually are. Black dogs viewed briefly at night can easily be mistaken for big cats. Believers disagree. Many witnesses are experienced farmers, gamekeepers, and outdoorsmen who spend their lives around wildlife. They argue they know exactly what they saw. Some researchers suggest a small breeding population of escaped big cats could survive in remote parts of Britain. Others believe isolated escapes over several decades may explain the continuing reports. Whatever the truth, no single explanation accounts for every sighting. Perhaps the Beast of Exmoor is nothing more than folklore shaped by fear and fueled by coincidence. Perhaps it began with one escaped animal, its legend growing with every new report. Or perhaps, somewhere among the windswept moors and ancient forests of southwest England, a silent predator still moves unseen beneath the cover of darkness. For more than 40 years, the sightings have continued. The evidence remains incomplete. The questions remain unanswered. And somewhere, as the evening mist settles over Exmoor, someone may once again catch a glimpse of two glowing eyes staring back from the darkness. The mystery remains unsolved,